and welcome to Lecture Notes. In today's lecture, we are going to cover the topic of control statements in Java. I must tell you that these statements are very important in any programming language. You can control the flow of your program through these statements, as well as you can apply various kinds of validations to these simple if and if-else statements. So, before starting, I just want to give you a suggestion that go and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so done. So let's start. So first of all, it is simple if, and this is the syntax of simple if statement. First of all, you must understand what is the syntax. It is the way of writing these statements. Okay, so here this is the keyword if that you have to use, and this is the condition, and this condition can be any relational or logical expression that you can put here. Okay. So first of all, I just want to tell you that what this if statement does actually. So whenever there is a sequence of statements, and this program is executing this set of statements, and then when if statement encounters, then first of all the condition is evaluated. Okay, and condition is checked. And there are two possibilities with this condition. Either the condition will be true or this condition will be false. If the condition is true, then this statement will be executed. If the condition is false, the statement will not be executed. Got it? So this is the basic function of if. This condition can be relational like this, like a greater than b, or 10 is not equal to 5. These type of conditions can be there. Or there may be some logical expressions like A is not equal to B and B is equal to C, something like that. And such these kind of relational expressions or logical expressions we can put in place of condition. And what are these statements? These are any valid Java statement that you can put. Okay, these curly braces are optional. If there are multiple statements, then you have to put them inside these curly braces, and if there is only a single statement associated with if, then you can also omit this curly braces. Alright. Now to understand better the simple if statement, we are going to make a program to check if a triangle is valid if three angles are given. Okay. So in this program, we will be given three angles of any triangle, and we have to check whether this triangle is valid or not. And we know that a triangle is valid only if the sum of these three angles is equal to 180. Okay, so this is the condition on the basis of which we are going to decide that whether triangle is valid or not. Understand? So let's begin. Yes, and here we have to write enter angles of triangle. Okay, and here we have to declare three variables. Let A is equal to and the second triangle is second angle is B, and it is then the third one and done. So we have taken three angles ABC. Now we will find their sum. So I'm declaring a variable as in sum equal to A plus B plus C. In this way, we'll get the sum of these three angles. Now we will check whether this sum is equal to 180 or not. So simply we have to put the condition inside this parenthesis, and the condition will be if sum is equal to 180, then what we have to do? We'll simply print what we are going to print? The triangle done. And after, outside this if, I'm going to print the sum of these angles. Okay, so I will write the sum of angles of triangle is, and this is right, 50 and 90. So the sum of angles of triangle is 185 and the triangle is not valid because this statement is not printed here. Okay. So the program executes like this. So it asks for the input. So these statements are executed one by one. Then it has calculated the sum a plus b plus c and the sum is 185. Then it checks this condition. Okay. If sum is equal to 180, 185 is equal to 180. No, it is not. So this statement is ignored and it is not executed. Okay. And then the control is transferred directly to this statement and the sum of angle of triangle is printed as 185. Okay. Now I am going to further let me run it once again. Now this time yes, now the statement is printed as the triangle is valid and the sum of angles of triangle is 180. This time what happens is that sum is taken as, sum is again calculated. It is 180 and now this condition is tested like 180 is equal to 180 and the condition comes out to be true. In such a situation, the control is transferred inside this if block and this statement is executed and then this statement is executed as it is. Okay. So I hope this if statement is clear to you. If it is clear, then just press the like button. Okay. And okay. So now as we have seen that so we can extend the simple if condition to if else. Okay. How we are going to extend it? That we know that first of all this condition will be evaluated and there are two possibilities, either the condition will be true or the condition will be false. So if condition is true, that we are good, then we are going to execute this statement A, and if the condition is false, then we are going to execute the statement B. Got it? So this is if else statement. Again, condition can be any relational or logical expression. It should be a Boolean value. Okay. And we know that when we evaluate any relational or logical expression, then also we get either true or false. Okay. Now you cannot give condition here with else because else is actually the otherwise. So if condition is true, then execute this. Otherwise, execute this. Then you need not to, you are not supposed to put condition in front of else. Okay. So this is basically the if else statement, and now we'll check, we'll make a program using if else statement, and the program is that we have to, give a proper message if a number is divisible by 5. So if the number is divisible by 5, then we will give a message like number is divisible by 5. Otherwise, we are going to give a message that number is not divisible by 5. Alright. So how we are going to check the divisibility? Like we will input a number and we will check like this. If remainder is equal to 0, then it is divisible. If remainder is not equal to 0, then it is not divisible. So let's, I will suggest that go and first make the program by yourself. Okay, and then check my solution. Okay. So here I am going to change this. So just we have to enter a number only. Enter a number, and like this I'm going to delete. Okay. Yes. Now we'll just put a condition here. If A is divisible by 5, then the remainder will be 0. Okay. So here we are going to print is divisible. Now else, not divisible. Okay, and that's it. So let's run the program. Yes, enter a number. So let's see. I entered number 55. It is divisible. Okay, and you know that I'm going to run it one more time. And now I'm going to enter a number like 30. It is not divisible. Okay, so it is. So what happens here? Like when we enter 55, then it first of all it divides. 55 by 5, and the remainder is 0. So the condition is true, and it goes inside this if statement, and this particular block is executed, and it is printed as it is divisible. And in the second situation, when we give a number like 33, then it checks, it starts, it divides 33 by 5, and the remainder is, 3. It is not 0. So it will go to else part. It will just skip or ignore this particular block, and then it will, directly jump to the else part, and this particular statement is executed, and it is printed as not divisible. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you, and if it is clear to you, then you can further check my next video, in which I will explain about nested if else and ISIF chain. Okay. Till then, practice hard. Okay. And subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed yet. And please like and share my video. Thank you very much.